You can say no if you don't want to do it. But since I put Corey on the spot last time, Matt, Leno, would you like to lead us in the fight song? I call this meeting to order at 5 o'clock.
Sorry, I was on mute. So,
okay.
Ready?
Yes.
Hey, you know what to do.
Hail to the thousand tigers, we're true to the black and gold. Fight on for courage now and forever. Victory is strong and bold. Fight, fight, fight. Hail to the thousand tigers, stand proudly for all to see.
Fight,
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 fight. Tigers, fight. Lead us to victory. To you.
Sorry.
Cool. Yes, Matt. Thank you for the enthusiasm. We're off to a great start. Okay, we'll move into roll call now.
Treasurer Eagle.
Present.
Vice President DeVoe.
Present.
President Ndiong.
Present.
Chief of Staff Ambush.
Present.
Director Nduka. Assistant Director Washington. Assistant Director Bello.
Present.
Director Whiteside.
Present.
Director Fishkin.
Present.
Director Shiskowska.
Present.
Director Perot.
Present.
Director Kapoor.
Present.
Assistant Director Ferguson. Solicitor General Writing.
Present.
Director White.
Present.
Director Foster.
Present.
Director Moody.
Present.
Director Diame.
Present.
Director Brown. Sorry, Director Brown. Director Kemp. Assistant Director Hogarth.
Present.
Sorry, give me 1 second. Oh my gosh, I'm having technical difficulties. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. Give me 1 second. All right. Assistant Director Banks. Director Blumenau.
Present.
Okay. Pro Temp Wheeler.
Present.
Senator Dixon. Senator Watt.
Present.
Senator Kinsey.
Present.
Senator Newman.
Present.
Senator Affe.
Present.
Senator Goodman.
Present.
Senator Williams. Senator Harding.
Present.
Senator Tromble.
Present.
Senator Teti.
Present.
Senator Teklu.
Present.
Senator Eglin.
Present.
Senator Rink.
Present.
Senator Thaxton.
Present.
Chief Justice Foreman.
Present.
Deputy Justice Sherman.
Present.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We'll now move into the approval of the minutes. Are there any amendments to last week's minutes? All right, hearing none, we'll consider them approved. We'll now move into the amendments to the agenda. Are there any amendments to the agenda today? All right, we have two guest speakers today, which is really exciting. Dr. Anthony Skavakis and Dr. Lisa Murray, awesome campus partners here to share some information about health and safety for the spring semester. So yes, the floor is all yours.
Hi there. Good afternoon, everyone. I was invited to this meeting to provide some, I guess, initial updates about the spring semester and the planning that's underway. I'll back up a moment. I know that I just saw that Lisa's on the call as well, Dr. Murray, so she can also chime in. But this semester we've had testing going on at the University Health Center through a tent. It was initially located in the front of the health center. Now it's on the backside. And we've got several different opportunities for a student to come up, go online, schedule their appointment. Appointments are accepted for students who have a doctor approving them to have an appointment. So after they're able to go in and confirm, they're able to get their ID card read, scanned, go through the system to get their nasal swab taken care of, scanned into a vial, and then typically the turnaround time has been 2 days. We also have rapid testing available for those that need rapid testing. A good example of that is if somebody has an appointment at the health center and needs to come in, Dr. Murray can provide more detail on that. We also have an area for anybody who might be feeling sick so that they are isolated from the rest. And then we conduct all other business inside the health center. For the spring, there's a couple of different pieces going on, one of which is 3 different plans that are currently in development. One of the plans is looking at what type of required testing we have for Sentinel testing. Sentinel is a percentage of the campus community that is automatically tested. The second plan that's going through is looking at faculty and staff and what percentage, or if all students and faculty and staff will be tested coming back for the spring semester. That plan is in development, but all the details have not been worked out with yet, looking at volume in different states, rules, and some other things. And then the third plan is, looking out at how would we look at potential vaccine should that become available. So there's multiple things that we're currently working on. We're not at the point where we're ready for an announcement. I know that today there was a couple different announcements by the governor's office, and I anticipate in the next couple of weeks, after having seen the Thanksgiving holiday, Christmas and New Year's, there may be additional things that they decide to share on. So, Dr. Murray, would you like to chime in?
Sure. With respect to seeing patients at the Student Health Center, we're still doing that. We're seeing well visits, sort of physicals, your annual GYN exams, other things in the health center. All you have to do is have proof of a negative COVID test within the last 3 months. And then we also are seeing people for sick visits, and we have them down at the tent we have the rapid testing available. So we can rapid test somebody to see if they do have COVID or strep or mono, and they're evaluated by a provider down there, especially if they are positive for COVID. We are pretty strict on having people have the negative COVID test before they come in for like a routine physical. A lot has to do with, we have a number of our personnel who are pregnant, and we need to just be careful for them that they aren't inadvertently exposed. Everybody wears full PPE, but just to be on the safe side. And that's
All right. Thank
any
you.
questions?
Are there any questions? Director White?
Yes, so I actually spoke to my doctor about that, and she was explaining that for some folks who have had COVID, although they are negative and although the virus is out of their body, they may test positive for like the coming weeks. So do you all at all accept doctor's notes or any other proof of maybe like a COVID positive test not being accurate if there is a student who is on campus who needs like medical assistance or anything like that?
I think if they've had COVID within the last few months, we don't require them to have another COVID test, because your doctor was right. You can stay positive, and we tell people don't get tested for 3 months because it may still be coming up positive, because you still have, dead virus around.
Okay, and so then how do you know somebody is not like actually positive if they've just had it in the past? Because I do understand that there are some people that can actually contract COVID twice.
Second time. It's rare. What I tell people to do, especially if they don't have symptoms, is after they have tested positive for COVID, a month later, go get the COVID antibody test to see if they have antibodies. It's extremely rare if somebody tests positive again, especially on the PCR. But what we would do if that happened, actually the health department wanted us to save those, and they would look at the DNA of the virus.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you so much.
No problem.
You had a question?
Yes, similar to Director White's question. So in the event if someone doesn't have a doctor's note, but they just want to get tested, because I know at my local clinic, like you just want to get a COVID-19 test, you can just go ahead, and I'm pretty sure maybe Towson has similar facilities like that. But say, for example, someone just hey, just wants to go get tested just to make sure everything's all good, everything's in the clear, but they may be like asymptomatic. Like, do they still need a doctor's note to show proof like they need to get a test, or could they just walk up, show their Towson ID, and they can just still get tested?
We're not doing the routine testing at the tent right now. We're doing what's called Sentinel Testing, which is people who are coming to campus. If somebody is coming to campus more than 4 hours or more, they will be pulled in and tested intermittently with that testing. Otherwise, we recommend that people go out to the fairgrounds to get free testing there. But we're not doing just like routine testing. What I mean by a doctor's note, there are some people who need to have a COVID test before they can come out of quarantine after a COVID exposure. And so if they were seeing their doctor at home, like in New Jersey, and have come back here, if they show that note, and a lot of us are doing that here on campus.
In Sentinel testing, it's intentionally designed as a randomization of the groups of people that are coming to campus. So it's not a specific target. There's a percentage rate that's set. And then the software says to us, here's the random numbers that we came up with. And then we have to take those numbers and identify who's matched to them, notify those individuals. And then we have that Sentinel group that we're able to then work with to get their Sentinel test.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Senator Goodman, you had a question? Senator Goodman?
Yes. I just was going to ask, just to clarify, as we do, it's still, is it still that we're going to be like completely in person in terms, it's still going to be hybrid courses or like in-person courses after the first 2 weeks of spring semester? Is that still the plan?
I believe the plan right now is to have that first 2 weeks, and then after that point is to continue with what we're doing now. Many courses on the course selection will say whether they're hybrid, asynchronous, or synchronous, or if they're completely online. I think in the next couple of weeks, as we kind of go through and see what happens with shifts in positivity rates, that could change. Many institutions that were open now have decided to take the approach that we announced earlier in the semester, which was to go fully remote after Thanksgiving in anticipation not only of the flu, but social behaviors. So that's the plan now, and then it could change. But I would stay tuned to all the town halls that President Schatzel puts together, and then of course, any other guidance from university communications.
I guess what is like, if for like people have been asking me, or like, should like people I know who would normally be living on campus now, who are like wondering if they should be looking for places to move back to campus, if their classes are if like they have like classes that are going to be only offered in person, should they be doing that?
Dr. Hurt, are you on the call and have any updates with housing and residence life?
Sure. So I will share, there are going to be very rare situations where anyone would have all of their courses face-to-face. I would imagine that would be someone who may be primarily all clinical courses. That would be the only kind of situation. In most cases, students would have hybrid courses. And I think that students have to determine, individual whether or not they want to take their classes all online, or if they do have a combination of courses that will meet face-to-face as well as online, making that kind of determination of what is the appropriate housing plan for them. I will share, the plan is that the first 2 weeks would be totally remote as we are currently now. And then after the first 2 weeks, we would move into having basically the hybrid courses. So those courses that are meeting face-to-face will meet face-to-face, and then those courses that will be meeting remotely will meet remotely. And in addition to that, we will have students who are living, we'll have more students living on campus. Right now, the plan is to have about 2,300 students who will be living on campus in residence. And then of course, students who will be living in the local Towson area with off-campus housing will continue to do that, based on the decisions that they've made.
Did that answer your question, Senator Goodman?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. Hurt. Director Perot, you had a question?
Yeah, I have a quick question. And you guys may have already addressed this, but correct me if I'm wrong. For the spring semester, since we're not doing routine testing now and we're looking to possibly expand in the spring, is there any ongoing discussion about bringing the routine testing back so that it's not just a certain percentage of the population that's getting tested, but anyone could get tested at any time? I know we already spoke about there not being maybe a capacity enough at the TU Health Center for that many students, but I was just wondering if that was on your radar.
I mean, we had a discussion about it, but I don't know that it's going to be feasible to make like a walk-in open clinic like we had earlier in the spring. I think what we know about now about virus transmission and what we're learning about Sentinel, that it's not necessarily the best medicine to just allow folks to come in at random. And of course, we also have the issue that there's a certain level of capacity that we're going to have. So right now, I want to say, I don't want to promise that we're going to ever come to a point where we're going to have an open opportunity. If something were to change, we can look into that. But right now, we're not really going in that direction.
I'll also add, in terms of the testing strategy, that we have not been making testing strategy decisions necessarily in isolation. So we're always in consultation with the local health department in terms of what is the kind of best strategy for testing based on what the science is telling us, as well as having discussions across the University System of Maryland. And so we, continue to collaborate and discuss across the institutions as well. For example, in the spring, in the fall, when we had required testing, that was a system requirement. So that was for all of the University System of Maryland institutions. So what we don't know at this point is what requirements around testing will be mandated at the system level as well. So no firm decisions have been made about what testing will look like in the spring, because we'll continue to kind of have those discussions both institutionally, but also listening out for what the University System of Maryland requires for all the institutions.
Okay, thank you.
Great. Director Kapoor.
Hi, so my question's a little personal. So I was actually tested positive, or I actually wasn't tested positive for COVID. So I live with 4 other girls, and when we got tested, 2 out of 5 of us were positive. So my result was actually negative, but as you guys talked about, I'm pretty sure it was a false negative, or I was just tested too soon to contracting it. And then I was never able to get another test proving it was positive but I've had symptoms. Like I've like literally not been able to do work sometimes. Like it's been bad some days, like good some days. So, but like some of my professors like won't take the excuse because they need documentation. So I'm just confused like how I would go about that, because since like all testing was like closed, like we had to wait for certain days, and then it took so long to get testing, I wasn't able to get like a positive result. Like the CDC never called me and gave me like an excuse.
Well, what you can do, Jessica, is why don't you can get an antibody test for it. And that's a way to prove that you've had COVID.
Yeah, but like my question is like my papers are due now. Like I need the extension now. Like I've been out of remission for like a week and a half.
That's a tough one. I mean, because I don't want to say to go get another PCR test, because what if it comes up negative and then we don't have proof? We have 2 negative tests.
Yeah.
Because it's notorious to have the false negative test. The antibody test can take, it doesn't take that long to get back. So we could do that within a week, for you.
Yeah, but then like my professor's like, yeah, okay. So
I understand. It's
yeah,
a hard.
Person does do antibody tests, you say?
Yes, the antibody test. When your roommates tested positive, did the county talk to you guys? Somebody from Baltimore County?
Yeah, they did talk to them, but they never called the rest of.
I know that's. I've been finding that out, and that's upsetting, because you're right. It would have been, because you should be tested twice. Immediately to see if you were the one who gave the COVID to other people, and then another one. How many days has it been? Has it been within 14 days? Because usually we have people get a test at 14 days.
Yeah, we did get retested today, but if it's been 14 days, it should hopefully be negative.
Okay. No, yeah. And if it's still negative, that means you didn't convert. Okay. That's what, but talk to me offline and we can figure something out. Okay.
If I can for a moment too, one of the key things, and this is one of those parts that can happen, you have quick scans that we send out daily to student and staff emails. If you were to develop symptoms now, later, or if you know someone who develops symptoms, that's the opportunity to go online, check your quick scan. That goes to one of our staff members. Dr. Murray heads that group, and they're going to call you. And they're going to be able to say, hi, Jessica, what are your symptoms? According to what you shared with us, this is what we know right now. And then you provide the information, and we have you come in potentially to get that test. Separate from this, if a student has an illness, so this is more of like a case management and care team thing that we do as part of student affairs under Dr. Hurt's leadership. I work with a group called the care team, and from time to time, pretty often this semester, we've had students who have come down with flu-like symptoms, missed some classes. So I would work with you directly. So after, I'll put my email in the chat, but after this meeting, send me an email and I can work with you to have appropriate conversations with your faculty if needed about opportunities. It doesn't mean it'll be a get out of jail free card, but it's an opportunity at least to be able to indicate that you've consulted with a medical professional. We might not have evidence, but you have symptoms that are consistent with what could be. And then it'll be up to that faculty member to determine what the best course of academic action is to assist you. So again, to recap, that quick scan is the single best tool to put us on the alert to be able to do that. But connect with us offline, and then we can discuss, or especially with Dr. Murray offline, to be able to discuss some of those other details. You can look it up, but probably be less appropriate for this meeting.
All right, thank you so much, Jessica, for sharing that, just in case other people are in similar situations. We hope it gets resolved. Director White.
First, I hope you feel better, Jessica. Second, I was also wondering, wow, I forgot my question. I'm so sorry. I was also wondering, I'm so sorry. I literally forgot my question. You can skip me.
I can circle back to you. I can circle back to you.
I'll text the box when I remember it.
Okay. All right. Pro Temp Wheeler.
Yes, I have a question more so for Dr. Hurt, and correct me if I'm wrong, I might have interpreted incorrectly. You said that the first 2 weeks will be online, then it will be like then it will shift into hybrid. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. So the first 2 weeks of classes are set to be all remote, and then after the first 2 weeks, we would shift to hybrid. So that would be for some courses that will be all remote. They'll continue to be all remote. For some courses that will be a combination of remote and face-to-face, will then shift to having the face-to-face sessions after the first 2 weeks.
Okay, so I guess my question is, so like for example, you signed up for a class and it says online, and then it shifts to hybrid, but you're at home because you don't want to stay on campus. Like, what would a student do in that situation, or is that more so up to the professor's discretion? Also, if you are on campus, but you don't necessarily want to do the hybrid just for your own personal safety reasons, you just rather stay in your own home, what would students do then?
Yeah, you'll still be able to, because the hybrid, kind of the definition of the hybrid class is that it's being delivered both remotely and at least some portion face-to-face. But if a student is saying, okay, I want to remain home, I want to take this course fully remotely, even with hybrid classes, they can continue to participate in the course remotely.
Oh, okay, so it's more like an optional thing.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yep, you're welcome.
Okay. Assistant Director Ferguson.
Hi there. I want to start off by thank you both so much for sharing a lot of this information. There's been a lot of miscommunication, so it's nice to have some people clear things up. My question was specifically about getting tested on the fairgrounds. I know you all keep saying that that's an option for students since you're not providing testing for all students on campus. But I guess there's many students that don't have cars or a means to get to the fairgrounds. So A, have you all thought about that and thought about ways to provide them transportation? And B, if there is a student that is in a dire need that needs to get tested, whether or not they're on or off campus, would you allow them the opportunity to get tested on campus again, despite other issues that are going on?
I can start to try to answer that. So the first part about transportation, there's 2 students that have reached out to me about transportation, and we made sure that they had transportation to the fairgrounds. I went to the fairgrounds and got tested. One time it was in the vehicle, and then the next time they had like a walk-up station. So they had both opportunities, but it's a nice trip. It's not a walk you would ever want to make. To the second point, whether we say someone needed it. So you're saying it's like a medical necessity to have the test. So let's say someone was exhibiting symptoms, clicked on that quick scan, shared their symptoms, consulted with Dr. Murray or one of her medical team advisors, and they said, yes, come in, schedule the appointment, then they would be able to come in. The only deterrent is if someone who says, I just want to get my test. So we really kind of limited it to that Sentinel group, our students who are required, and then of course, our students who are required to come in for testing to get their appointments done at the center. Have there been a lot of students that struggled with transportation? Because I only received 2 calls from students for the entire semester. Have there been many?
I wish I could have numbers for that. I know myself personally, I do not have a car, so I have struggled with that issue, and I am more than sure that I am not alone in that issue. So maybe, I don't know if we could possibly partner with parking and transportation to see if we could get a shuttle. I mean, I guess I wouldn't want to have students that are symptomatic be on a shuttle at the same time together, but just thinking of ways that we can create further partnerships to make it a little bit easier for students, since this is a very difficult time for a lot of us.
If I can speak, if somebody's sick, we're going to see you. We can see you at the health center as an appointment. We are your primary care providers for that. So if somebody's not feeling well, reach out to us, make an appointment to be seen. We are, doing that. I don't want anybody to feel like we're not going to see you if you're ill.
Yes, for sure. I understand. I'm sorry, I'm speaking too much, but I think that a lot of the issues I've heard of were just about students want to get tested, specifically off-campus students. I know right before the holidays and Thanksgiving break, a lot of people wanted to get tested, and some of them were turned away from the health center because they weren't on-campus students. But it kind of feels like it should be the responsibility of our health center to make sure that all of our community and students are safe. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people were aware that college students were a high risk of bringing COVID to their families' Thanksgiving gatherings and such. And so it just feels like we want to make sure everybody can be tested and feel safe and comfortable, because I know myself personally, I was denied a test at the health center, and I literally had a roommate that was exposed to COVID. And so it just seems like there's a lot of miscommunication and issues that are causing a lot of people stress. And like I said, this is a very difficult time for a lot of us. So that's all I wanted to say. But thank you for answering my other questions.
Thank you so much, Assistant Director Ferguson. And no, you weren't talking too much, silly. But Director White, you had your question. And then if we have any other questions, if our guests could please leave their contact information, that would be great. And then if you believe it's something relevant to the students or the general body, please relay that information to the rest of us, just for the sake of time.
So this is a question, I think Dr. Hurt would also be able to answer this if they're still on the call. But I was really wondering, in terms of students who are taking like their gen ed specifically for science virtually, is there going to be any type of additional assistance for students who may be taking like a non-science, who may be like non-science majors having to take their science gen eds online? Because I believe that those are also combined with like a lab, and normally labs are very much so in person. So have you all at all planned for just kind of like further assistance? Yeah, all gen ed labs are online. Yeah, so have you all planned for any type of assistance for non-science majors who are taking their gen eds virtually?
So I'm not sure if I'm understanding the question. I think for the gen ed labs, I understand that they are all online. So I think I just may be misunderstanding the what type of support or you may be asking about.
Yeah, so are you all going to be doing any type of tutoring or anything like that for students who, yeah, Olivia got it right.
Okay. Okay.
Students who are non-science majors who are taking like their science gen eds online, because that could just add an additional barrier and just like an additional issue with just retaining the information.
Okay, I got you. Yes. So tutoring is definitely available. I would certainly encourage students to work with their faculty or their departments in terms of what various tutoring options and that may be available. But certainly tutoring, other academic support is certainly continue to be available.
Thank you so much.
All right, great. Thank you so much, all of you, for your thoughtful engagement and questions. Thank you so much for joining us again, Dr. Stavakis and Dr. Murray. We really appreciate you being here. We'll now move into public participation and student concerns. Are there any of those today from social media or anything like that?
Yeah, so we have one concern. A student asked or brought up the concern about the Towson lacrosse team having photoshopped masks on a recent post made by the team.
Dr. Hurt, would you care to respond to that?
Well, I am aware of the post. I don't have details other than it's my understanding that the photo is a old photo, so it's a pre-COVID photo. Beyond that, I really don't have any additional context, but I'm happy to look into it.
Representative, please help me with your name. I'm so sorry.
Blumenauer.
Blumenauer.
Yeah, people were wondering about the photo. I think it was something that happened where everybody had been tested, and I had seen other teams Photoshop masks kind of just for like an aesthetic, I guess, even when they weren't necessary to be worn at that moment. I don't think it was a great decision by their social media guy, who I don't know who it is, but it got taken down, and I think they were being safe, but all I can say about that is that it was definitely just a bad decision to post it. But I think it was more kind of for aesthetic, however silly that sounds. But
I guess that is all we can really speculate on that. Attorney General Robinson.
Sorry, I don't know if I misheard, but are they not required to wear masks during practices?
we are required to wear masks during practices. We also social distance in cases where we're able to social distance. We take our masks off. I'm not sure exactly when the photo was taken, or what the whole situation with that flag football game was. I wasn't there. I didn't hear about it. But they technically are supposed to wear masks. So they should have been wearing
Yes.
masks as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just share what I did learn and hear about the photo is that the photo is an old photo, so it's a pre-COVID photo. That's my understanding about the post.
Okay. Well,
So yeah, if that's true, then I guess it was just an aesthetic thing. But we'll go with the pre-COVID photo, and they added the mask for kind of an aesthetic.
well, I see the vision. Anywho, that's enough concerning that. I hope we got some clarity on it, but as long as everybody's safe. Now we're gonna move into, if there are no further concerns, I'm sorry, are there any other student concerns today?
There were none.
Okay, awesome. All right, we'll now move into communications. We are bypassing advisors' remarks today, unless Matt, you'd like to share anything. I know Advisor Bailey isn't here today.
Yeah, I just want to share a couple things. One, just want to let everybody know that I'm back in full swing now, and I'm very happy to be a part of everything with SGA. I was out for almost 7 weeks. Came back about 3 weeks ago. I'm very proud of everything that's going on in SGA right now. The way SGA is doing business and all the things that you're all working on. Things that I'm really excited about right now are the planning of a virtual Tiger Pride Day and your 100-year celebration. So I'm looking forward to helping out with both of those things and making sure that you're extremely successful. So go Tigers.
Yay. Thank you so much, Appropriations Committee.
No report today.
Okay, and welcome back. All right, Government Operations Committee.
No report.
Rules Committee.
No report.
President DeYoung.
Nothing too crazy, just letting you guys know that I have the USM meeting this Sunday. So let me know if you have any topics that you'd like to speak on. And then in addition to that, I had the Board of Regents meeting this morning, basically just discussing the future of Towson and how we can better support our students in the upcoming years. So just let me know if you want to hear some notes on that. And other than that, I hope you guys are all doing well and good luck on your finals.
Awesome. Sorry, I don't know, you might have told me this earlier, President DeYoung, but if you could please, this Sunday you said the USM meeting is, or when the next one is, ask about the...
Yes, Sunday.
Pardon?
Sorry, I thought you were confirming the date, Sunday the 6th, but go ahead, my fault.
Oh, no, you're good. I was just asking about the Mental Health Committee on behalf of Director DMA, who was interested in that. So if you could get the date for their next meeting, that ad hoc committee, that would be awesome.
Okay, can you send that in a text or in an email just so I have it like in my files?
Yes, I did, but we send a lot of text. It's okay. It's okay. We send a lot of text. It's okay. All right. But yes, thank you so much. All right, Treasurer Yiggle.
Hi everyone. My report's pretty short today, but I had attended the USM Student Council Student Fees Committee last week. It was a pretty standard introductory meeting where we just went around and shared our knowledge and experience on student fees in all the different universities. I was instructed to put in research, documents and information about Towson student fees in like a Google folder, so I'll keep you guys updated with that. Budget hearing is complete. I think I mentioned that last week, but yeah, with that, I yield.
Thank you. Attorney General Robinson.
Hi, everyone. I don't really have a report. I just wanted to tell everyone good luck with their finals and finish off this semester strong, sending positivity to all of you. And with that, I yield.
Thank you. And back to you, Chief of Staff Ambush.
Happy last Tiger Tuesday of the semester. Well, every day's Tiger Tuesday, so it'll never be the last Tiger Tuesday for real. But so I do have it's not a sizable report, but it's not a sizable report. So I want to remind all SGA members winter retreat is January 7th and 8th and the 15th. I got some questions, just kind of what happens at retreat. Basically, the 7th and 8th will be a lot of group bonding. We are also going to have some speakers from around the university. We are also going to, that is where we're going to talk about the Tiger Pride Day legislation that we have available. If we don't have Tiger Pride Day legislation available at that date, we will have it done on the 15th, of course. But 7th and 8th is really kind of that team bonding. It will be much more active. So the way I'm envisioning it to look is going to be different from how summer was. Basically, how winter retreat normally is, I'm going to try to emulate that as much as I can online. It'll also be where we discuss what went wrong and what went right in the fall and how we can make the spring even more better. The 15th will be a special session. That is when we're hopefully will be able to vote on our Tiger Pride Day legislation slate for Tiger Pride Day, as well as other bills that need to get passed before we start the spring semester. So the next part of my report is I am going to send out new links for GA and pre-meeting for next semester. Those will be all sent out within, honestly, sometime over winter break, but definitely before retreat. So just be on the lookout for that. It'll just be it'll be the same thing as last time. It will be an email, a calendar invite. In the calendar invite, it will have the link email, and it will have new passwords. So we're going to change the passwords again for next semester. I am also looking on how we can revamp how GA is being live streamed. So I finally figured out how to get pre-made links made. So I might work to get links pre-made for every single GA, but I'm still testing around with that. So be on the lookout for that. Next, directors, Chief Justice, and Senate leadership, please check your emails. I had a really, really important email that went out concerning some things of how the rest of this semester will look plus winter break. So please check those emails. And directors, please check your group me as soon as possible. Over winter break, my main focus will mostly be on getting assistant directors and more senators hired. I'm going to be working with our communications team as well as other groups around the university to see if we can really try to hire more people. I know directors were asking for ADs, and I know the Senate would love more senators. So I will be focusing a lot on that. Next, I know Director Triskovska will talk more on this, but if you have any Tiger Pride Day legislation that's coming through the Maryland Assembly that you want us to look at, or you want the Senate to look at, excuse me, please let Director Triskovska know. A lot of pre-filed legislations out there, but over winter break, if you see something, just let her know. And lastly, we are planning for our centennial, so our 100th anniversary of SGA that will be held in the spring around April time. That planning hasn't really started yet just because with exams, but that planning will begin before the end of this calendar year. So yeah, and with that I yield. Oh, any questions?
Can you explain the significance of the pre-made links, please?
So the pre-made links would really help a lot with GA because right now how people can look in the GA, we just tell them to go to our YouTube channel and refresh at 5 o'clock. But a pre-made link will make it so we can have the link available in our link tree, Or if there's a specific GA coming up, we can send out that link days ahead of time so people have it already, so they can just click on the link and they're already at the video. It's also a way, like if you come too early for the meeting, it'll just be like, meeting happening soon. It'll just make GAs a lot more easier and accessible.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Any other questions? Okay, if not, thank you so much. Department of Academic Affairs.
Hey guys, I just wanted to come and tell you guys that Students Helping Honduras, SHH, who I did my panel with, right now they're doing a $2K in a day, $2,000 in a day fundraiser with the chapter in Salisbury University. So go ahead and go onto their Instagram page, SHH Towson, and go donate or like try to figure out ways to fundraise. I also wanted to wish you guys good luck on your exams, and just focus on your mental health, even though like we have like other work and other priorities to do, like even exams in school, just like focus on like making sure you're sane and make sure you're good. What else? Let's see. Also, I'm really looking forward to like working with some of the other directors that I haven't really gotten in touch with this semester. So look out for an email from me, and I yield my time.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Oh, Department of Campus Activities.
No report.
Department of Civic Engagement.
Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well. I wanted to take this time to kind of talk about my plans for next spring semester. I am hoping to do some type of like history of Towson event, like looking at what our students have done in the past to be civically engaged, like with their protests and other stuff from that, and maybe hopefully hearing from them, and a mock Congress. And I'm also thinking about like reaching out to organizations locally, like in the Baltimore area or in the Towson area, and seeing what they do to stay civically engaged and just educating our students on what it looks like to be present in the community. And yeah, feel free to reach out to me with anything you might need, and I hope you all have a good winter break. And with that, I yield.
Thank you so much. Department of Communications.
Hi everyone. No, I don't have a lot. I just wanted to say, be on the lookout next semester for a giveaway on our socials that I will be, trying really hard to put together for next semester. So I will need all hands on deck with sharing, reposting, and liking. So that is it, and I yield.
Thank you so much. Department of Community Outreach.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everybody. Wait, can you all hear me? Okay. My plan for, at least for the beginning of next spring semester, while it's still cold outside, is for us to do a sock drive. I realized the research that socks are the least item donated during like clothing drives, and people need socks, especially homeless. And also it's not a clothing item that's donated to prison systems to inmates as well, like a lot of other clothing items. So that's definitely something that I'm going to be trying to prepare for during the break, so we can start doing it in the beginning of spring semester. And with that, I yield.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Department of Diversity and Inclusion.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. I hope you all are having a productive week. First, I wanted to just start off by saying that today is Giving Tuesday, and there are a lot of student orgs at Towson who are partnering with different local nonprofits. Specifically, LASSO is partnering with Kids in Need of Defense, and they are a Maryland and DC based nonprofit that helps specifically children be reunited with their families after being in detention centers and wrongfully detained by ICE. So please, 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 if you have any spare money, make sure that you are giving to some nonprofit today, because your money will definitely be needed and well used. In addition to that, I really hope that you all are taking time to take care of yourselves during this last week of classes. And next semester, I am looking forward to having more events that do offer spaces for students to do just that, take care of themselves, and certainly center their mental health. And also, Not at TU is going to be next semester. So I am super duper excited for that, to just take that on virtually. So I will definitely be emailing a lot of you all about how you can get involved, and just different ways that we can all collab. And with that, I yield.
Thank you so much. All right, Department of Health and Wellness.
No report.
Thank you so much. Department of Higher Education.
Hi everyone. I kind of have a lot, so I'll be quick. So Towson's SGA is now a community partner with Amara Rose. It's a mentoring program for girls of color. It's based in PG County. And basically, as a community partner, you guys, if you're interested, of course, you can serve on their exec board, any of their committees, as a mentor or even as a guest speaker. I'll send more information about this in the group me. Just let me know if you guys are interested. Just DM me or text me, email me, whatever. Yeah, all mentors, committee members, exec board, and guest speakers. The only requirement is, that you're a woman of color and you're aged between 18 and 35. What else? Oh, I'm also working with the College of Education right now about, we're doing like an arts integration initiative, focusing on mental health and of course like rigorous curriculums and content for students, K through 12. And we're also working on like a screen time event. So look out for that as well. I promise I will send all of this in a group me because I just said a lot. And still looking for mentors for the exit program. Just DM me or group me if you're interested. And with that, I yield. Everyone, good luck on finals.
Thank you so much. Department of Legislative Affairs.
Hello, everyone. Happy Tiger Tuesday. I hope you guys all had a great break. Right now, we are kind of in the process. Tiger Pride Day is very early on next semester. So we're getting everything together. Super excited about it. And also, I am very excited. I want to work with a lot of you on legislation that directly involves your department that might not come up in Tiger Pride Day. So definitely keep a lookout for me annoying you with emails coming up soon. But with everything going on, I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves. I hope finals are going well. Don't forget to breathe. You're doing great. And with that, I yield.
Thank you so much. Remembering to breathe. Department of Special Projects.
Hi, everyone. So I hope you're having a good week, as good as it can be. So me and Assistant Director Ferguson are currently working with the Office of Student Activities on TU takeover planning for next semester, and also an event that's called Pick Me Ups for on-campus residents, where they're going to be able to come to like a table one day and they can just pick up like de-stress things. And then other than that, just remember to keep submitting event proposals for next semester. Spring, there are a lot of events every spring, so just make sure you're submitting those. If you need any help, any ideas or anything, just email Courtney or I and we can help you with that. And then my last thing is a reminder, Courtney and I now know how to do closed captioning, yay. And if you guys have any events for the rest of this semester that you want us to do a little tutorial with, let us know. Otherwise, maybe we can work something into the schedule for early next semester, doing a tutorial for all of SGA. So yeah, with that, I yield. And have a good exam week. I know it's a lot with being on Zoom, but you guys got it. With that, I yield.
Awesome. Director Brown, just look out for a message that I just sent you. I'll yield my time to you later on. But yes, Department of Marketing.
Hello, everybody. So, update on the polos and the Oxfords. I finally found a vendor who can work with us, so that's super exciting. The only problem is that she advised me based on the cut of her shirts to do women's and men's sizes instead of unisex. So just to kind of keep everything consistent and like easier for me to organize and send to her, I've created a new and an updated Google Forms link that I just sent in the chat. And if you can do me a huge favor and just fill out that updated link, it literally should take you like 30 seconds. You can fill it out based on your preference of cut size and shirt cut and size. It doesn't matter. But just if you could do that by Friday, that would be super helpful so I can start getting the ball rolling on getting everything shipped to your houses or your residence. And with that, I yield.
Awesome, so exciting. Thank you so much. Department of Student Organizations. Department of Student Organizations. Okay. Department of New Student Development.
Hi, everyone. So first of all, I just want to say happy Tiger Tuesday. Kind of a long report, but not too much. Also, happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Hope everyone had a happy Thanksgiving. And if you're a Sagittarius, happy birthday. So the member of the week, I haven't announced it to freshman council yet. I was going to announce it tomorrow, but since this is our last GA, I want to say it's Zion Albright. She is our social media chair, and she's been doing just an amazing job with our social media. It's gotten a lot of DMs, and we've actually did a freshman council interview with someone. We helped them on like their little project through our Instagram. So that was kind of neat. So just make sure you're following us on that at TU Freshman Council. Another thing, Freshman Council has their first event on Thursday. I know Camille will talk a little bit more about that, but make sure you come out. It's going to be after GA, so after pre-meeting. So if you are willing and able, please come out. So for the spring semester, I do plan on working more with transfer students. I haven't talked to the exec board yet, but I do see that we have, it says transfer rep or something on our little agenda, and I wanted to see if I can help, like maybe find a representative for that. But I haven't spoke with anyone about that yet. So I think that's pretty much it. Just come to our event on Thursday. I'm really excited for that. And happy holidays. With that, I yield.
Awesome, thank you so much. For MHAC, they are meeting this weekend, so if our representative could just send that out via email, that would be awesome, but there shouldn't be anything new to report on that front. Athletic Affairs representative.
Yeah, how's it going, everybody? So this week there was 5 basketball games. I'll start with that. The women's team is off to a 2-0 start. They beat ECU and I want to say LaSalle. And the men's team is 0-3, but their first game got switched like 4 different times. So they ended up actually playing UVA, which was like a top-ranked team. But they've been looking pretty good. And in terms of what I have in store, kind of what I've thought about for the spring, is I've talked to Director Kemp about a possible field day. We've had a meeting about that, where it was kind of bring like some SGA members, some teachers, some coaches kind of all together and get some local high school kids involved and see what we can do with that. And then possibly start an initiative with athletes here regarding how like comfort is like the opposite of growth, and just see what we can do with that within the student athlete body. And with that, I yield.
Awesome, thank you so much. That's so exciting. Freshman Council representative.
Hello, everyone. Freshman Council's first event, Zoom Zumba, is happening this Thursday at 6:15. Visit our Instagram at TU Freshman Council for more information and the link to the event. This event is camera optional and should be a fun way to de-stress for finals week. Thanks again, Assistant Director Ferguson, and on that note, I yield.
Yay, okay, awesome. Office of the Solicitor General.
Hi, everyone, and happy Tiger Tuesday. I hope everyone having a good week. So I'm still working on the book drive. We're looking for it to take place next semester, the beginning, probably in January. Also still working on Towson Community School. If anyone is interested, please let me know. In terms of the Student Appeals Committee, we upheld the sanctions in both of the appeals that came to us, and we are going to be hearing 4 new cases in the upcoming weeks. And in terms of next semester, I'm really looking forward to planning a Know Your History month or week during the month of February. I'm looking to do an African American comic book festival, as well as partnering with the African American Negro League Baseball foundation that I found. So if anyone is interested in that, please let me know. I'm also working on Know Your Rights, the official one. It will be held next semester as well. So yeah, if anyone is willing to work on that with me, let me know. And with that, I yield.
Awesome. Okay, thank you so much. Comic book, that sounds so exciting. All of your ideas are so exciting, everyone. But yes, just a couple of things from me. Some things are just kind of little brain children, but not necessarily developed as of yet. But thought I'd let you know. President DeYoung met with President Schatzel and myself earlier this week, and in that conversation, President Schatzel giving an example to drawing an example of shared governance and how that works, referenced the issue of prison labor and furniture on Towson's campus, which many of you may know has been an ongoing issue. But one thing that was news to me is that as a state agency, Towson University does not have a choice in the matter on where they purchase the furniture from, according to President Schatzel. But what we can do in reference to Tiger Pride Day is advocate for legislation on that level to change that rule or that mandate. So I thought I would just put that out there. Director Freskofta, if you're interested, we can talk further, but I thought I would mention that. Also, if anyone would like to partner with me to do an appreciation event in the spring for dining services, I honestly wanted to do that this semester, but I haven't gotten a chance to. So if we could do that in the spring, that would be really, really fun, especially given the advocacy that we did earlier this year in regards to creating an inclusive environment for not only our students, but the workers on our campus as well. So yeah, so if we could do that, that would be great. And I also want to emphasize exit. I'm a mentor this year and it's super fun. So if any of you want to be an exit mentor, please reach out to Director Kemp about that. And lastly, I have a member of the week, and she is just, I don't even know where to start. She's just amazing. And she sends out motivational Monday messages to all of the senators. And she's working on really exciting legislation. And she's just absolutely wonderful. She's grown so much during the time that I've known her alone. But, you know, this year too, it's been really, really great to watch her blossom into just an amazing leader. And I'm so proud to call her my President Pro Tempore. Lanice Wheeler, you are our member of the week.
Like, oh my god, everybody, like, oh my god, I'm about to start crying. Like,
Anyway, sorry. But yes, that I give you your flowers and our check-ins all the time, but I want to do it in a more public fashion because you really just are amazing. So that is our member of the week. Director Brown, did you see the announcement that I shared with you? If not, I can relay it now.
I didn't see it.
Hold on. I will send it to you right now. It's just in regards to community outreach on behalf of TUPD. If you could, I can yield my time to you to make that announcement.
Did you guys say?
I see it. So TUPD is doing a Toys for Tots drive, and it's running till December 18th. And the boxes are located at the Public Safety Building lobby, and on the first floor lobby, in the second floor lobby of West Village Commons. So if you have any toys that you would like to donate, again, TUPD is doing a Toys for Tots till December 18th. You can either drop them off at the lobby of the Public Safety Building or the first or second floor of the West Village Commons.
Thank you so
And with
much.
that, I yield.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. But yes, we wanted to share that information as well. Are there any opinions of the court?
Hey everyone, there are no opinions of the court. However, I do have a quick announcement for the senators. Senators, could you please remind your student orgs that if they were unable to get their budget approved, or if they feel that there was something unjustly removed from their budget, that they can go ahead and submit an appeal to the judicial board to have their voice heard and potentially have their budget revoted on. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to send an email, so make sure you look out for that. With that, I yield.
Thank you so much. And Chief Justice Foreman, if you want to send that message to Pro Tem Wheeler to share in the Senate group chat as well, you can absolutely do that. Any other announcements? There's no legislation for today. Chief of Staff Ambush.
All right, hi everyone. I meant to say this in my report. It totally left my mind. I know that this is the last week of mandatory office hours, so you know, we made it through the semester. But I will say, definitely throughout the exams and over winter break, just make sure you check the group me. You know, you don't have to check it every day, but like once or twice a week would be amazing. We just don't know like what announcements will ever be put in there. Please remember that the professional group me is to not be muted. That's just because that's where we put important stuff. I promise we're not going to put anything that is not needed, need to know knowledge in there. So yeah, again, don't forget the different group me chats, whether that's our main large SJ chats or that is your specific branch chats, are official communications, and there is an expectation that you check them at least once or twice a day. That's it.
All right, awesome sauce. Assistant Director Ferguson.
Hi everyone. So outside of SGA, I'm a part of Tigrathon. I'm our external director, and I just wanted to let you all know that we're hosting a little event on Thursday at 7 o'clock. So right after Zumba, if you want to hop on over, we're going to be discussing the importance of dance marathons and how they have an impact on children's lives. As we all know, children's health is children's future. It will also makes a better future. And so we're just going to talk about the importance and how you can get involved on Towson's campus. And speaking of Giving Tuesday, since I know that was brought up, if you want to donate to Children's Miracle Network hospitals, that would be a great place to put some of your dollars to. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you. Pro Tem Wheeler.
Hi everyone. Well, I don't really have an announcement, but could the senators and Vice President, could you stay on after we adjourn? I have a few words I'd like to say to you all.
Absolutely. Okay, and if there are no other announcements, President DeYoung.
Dominique had something.
My bad, I can't read. Anywho, Director White.
I did want to also mention that there is another opportunity for giving in terms of books. There are different penitentiaries just around the country that take different books that students may have, and they give them to like prison libraries for prisoners to read. So if you have a book that's like not a textbook, I don't know, maybe like an English major or something like that, and you want to donate your textbooks, that is also another mechanism in which you can donate if you don't want to do like a book drive or anything like that, and you just ship them and they go into the prison library for incarcerated folks.
Okay. President DeYoung.
Okay, I just wanted to tell everybody that I wanted to let you guys know that I really appreciate all the work that we've done this semester. I know I don't get a chance to connect with all of you because you have exec board liaisons to talk to, but I do keep up with everything that you do and make sure that you guys are all doing well. I did want to extend my arm out to let you know that you could always call me or text me or anything, no matter what time of the day or night it is, especially with winter break coming. I know we've all had a really hard semester with things changing. So I just wanted to open. I love getting messages when I speak, but nevertheless, it's still, I'm just really proud of all of you, and the work that you guys have done in the capacity that we're in right now is exceptional. I want you all to be really proud of yourselves and to come back next semester even stronger. So, yeah, that's it. With that, I yield, I guess. Nice.
Awesome. All right. Are there any motions on the floor? we need them to leave.
Senator Goodman, I move that we adjourn.
All right, is there a second?
Senator Teddy, I second.
All right, is there any discussion? If not, we'll move into a vote. All in favor to adjourn? All opposed? Abstaining? Director Kapoor or Assistant Director Ferguson?
13 in favor.
All right, the motion passes. All right, Senators, stay and see you all later.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays. Bye, everyone. Happy holidays.
Holidays.
We are still live on YouTube.